Welcome back to Purple Perception. We are continuing on our journey. We're leaving the parking lot here at Monument Valley, and we're going to go up over the little hill that frames out the Monument Valley just perfectly. As you know, it looks like just a perfect picture photographed right there. Can't see where the road goes as you're looking on it. It's very well designed. As you go around the corners and a little around other corners, you'll end up going over a hill, and that's kind of what makes the framing of the Monument Valley this perfect. At the time, I'm dealing with this noisy click, click, click in my engine, and I still don't know what it is. I think it's a pulley, so I keep spraying on this lube on the engine to see if it gets rid of the noise. I'm afraid that as the California mechanic told me I need a new engine, so I'm afraid that's what's going on. That's part of the reason I am on my way up to find a job so I can save the money up or get a new rig. But as you see, I am trying to fix it so we can get down the road. I think I have a pulley going out now. I don't know what is up with all this horrible vehicle like I've had over the last 2 years. I didn't have any problems before, and now I'm having constantly problems. One thing after another. Oh well. Enjoy the view while we can. Anyhow, if you look over here, a couple years ago, there used to be some rocks missing over there. I don't think there is anymore. But whenever I came out here the first time with 360 camera, you see a little outcrop there. There's a little road back there. And it looks like they might have it knocked off now. Anyhow, Bryce was there and I was parked there in the bus, and we camped here overnight. Wonderful view in the morning. No one bugged us. Looks like they cleaned up the house though. That thing right there was a mess. There's a little like house thing there that was a mess. Anyhow, as far as the truck and the noise, it's just going to have to do it until we figure out what's actually going on. I think it's the brake boost, the vacuum boost on it is going out, which was one of the things that was just going to happen. We'll have to get another one, see if we can get it ordered and sent to the next spot. We'll just keep spraying lube on there. As long as it doesn't freeze up and hurt the belt, we'll be fine. Look at the dirt devil right there. God, it's gorgeous here. But desolate. It's very isolating here. I want to wait for Jason and Jen, but I also want to get that fixed so I don't have to worry about it. And I also want to get closer to my endpoint. Basically, I want to get closer to my work location, so if something happens I have to be towed, I can be towed. Otherwise, all this travel prep will be for nothing, which will be annoying. And I'll probably want to make it up to my sister, so we'll figure it out soon enough. But if you look down that way, you see a road about right there or so. I can't really see that good right there. That's the Forrest Gump Road. You look back and see all this. You see the striations and everything. But I did this all in 360 5 years ago, which is really nice and cool. I did enjoy this. This is an awesome camping spot, and it looks like someone camped right here too. Lots of glass down there and everything else. We hiked all the way down there to the edge of that. But what I think I'll do is I'm gonna shoot for Monument Valley, a spot there to camp, and it looks like we can get in Arches if we get there either before 7 a.m. or after 4 p.m. We don't have to deal with the time entry thing. We can just do that. I think someone's selling something here. But I'm going to take some photos with my regular camera and go from there. Yep, someone was selling something. They're selling these very custom-made rocks from petrified wood in the area with the outlines of Monument Valleys or some of the more iconic Monument Valley structures. We're coming up on the Forrest Gump Hill right here. All those people are there for that. They're not stopping now.
cuts and on up is just one big long valley. The only difference is there's a couple hills in between the valleys and some elevation that makes it seem like it's completely different areas. Still gorgeous, still worth it to do it. You are still very isolated, make sure your rig is working right, but otherwise it's not fun, as you'll find out here in a bit. I love this little downhill and back up when we get down on the river and one gas station. Driving down this road, I've never gone around the loop, and I was like, I'm going to go down and around the loop. I've had to drive differently for the last hour, so I had to get a little bit going up like this. But here in the little vlog, I just wanted to drive the road. I didn't want to be stuck up front, and before I knew it, I was way farther back than I really intended to be, and we ended up driving the whole road. However, we did end up getting stuck in the middle of it. We had some problems. We did eventually get the problem fixed. We had enough to take care of it for ourselves. How rough that road is. It's so rough. It is about 16 miles around from our park. The road is not this front part that you're seeing right now is the better part of the road. The back part has some really big, deep washers. Partly because of how I had to drive because of lack of power on me. I had to drive a little rough and
Honestly, I would have not came this way if I knew this road was this fun. Or not fun. Nope, wouldn't have came this way if I knew this was like this. I would have parked my rig at the front and drove my truck through this thing. I just wanted to backtrack over to that hill going up the side. Oh God, that looks horrible. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, we did fine. Even with the truck attached, it's doing okay. Oh boy, this looks fun too. This is not fun at all. Well, it's kind of fun. I wouldn't have tried this in a schoolie at all. Oh God. Fuck. What did I break? Did I break anything? We didn't break nothing. Good. That was bad. I would like to turn around now, but I don't think it's going to be any better if I turn around. Yeah, okay, this is... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's... No, no, this ain't fun. No. What happens when I hit those humps, because the back of the truck, the way it's hooked up, is hooked onto the frame the way it is and hangs out so back, it creates a little push up and push down and really shakes the back end. So I'm afraid it's going to damage something back there on the way the truck is hooked up. Although I don't have much other things. I was just going to come in here and find a nice parking spot, but all the parking spots were taken up the farther I came in here, and then there was a couple back there, and it's like, well, I think we're near the end, so we might as well just go ahead and go to the end and then go drive the truck up there. I didn't know that there's this much more fun, which I should have figured that whenever I started seeing the adventure bikes come out, which really doesn't mean much in all truth. Oh boy. Oh! I don't know if that is a bearing or if it's a bad injector. I have no idea right now. I'm going to still go with it's a bearing. One of my idling bearings on my belt's going out. It didn't show up until I did some stuff with the belt. Anyhow, driving one of these, same as driving anything else. You drive it carefully and off-road, and there's still a good possibility we're going to end up with a bus before too long. Heard something fall, so there's a good possibility. All right, I'm gonna let you all watch.
Hear how revved up the engine is. It should not be revved up that much. I have it like halfway to 3/4 down on the throttle and I have no power. This is a lack of power problem I've been fighting all the beginning of this year since I left Borrego Springs. And I'm still not quite sure what it is, and anything that's engine related you don't want to open up anywhere that there's sand, dust, or anything else like that. So we're just kind of dealing with it.
How far away are we? We're still a long ways away. We're getting closer. Still 30 minutes from the entrance of the Valley of the Gods. Okay, I guess we're going to keep driving this. I don't want to drive back over that, so we'll keep following this. We'll find a spot near the entrance and then we'll go parking.
What's annoying is on satellite you can't see the washes and the dips that are involved in this. So they are looks a lot milder than what it actually is in person. This is not
fun. What the heck? Don't come here with your RV, I don't think. I'm glad I got the off-road tow hitch for this thing. God. Teach me to just keep going and going and going. Someone fix something. So much better without the truck attached. Okay, well, is our off-road test. I don't think there's any shortcut back, and I don't want to go over some of these hills. So we're just going to keep going. Like an idiot. We came all the way down here. Alright, I'll put you all back on time lapse. The fun part looks like it's done with, and it looks like we're just going to do more of this. I just want to record this real quick. We have a problem. As you can see, that's bent, and that is we hit one too many rocks, I think, and we lost a bit. We have some breakage we gotta fix. We got a breakage there, a breakage there. What I think I'm gonna do is chop off a couple pieces on this with the grinder, and then see if we can slide it up closer and make it work. And maybe use, I don't think we'll be able to use the same screw holes, but if we can get 1 or 2 bolts in there, that will get us down the road. Yeah, this is not planned. I knew that was getting pretty rough there. But I'm gonna have to do something here, and we're gonna modify the back of this and change the way it looks. I'm about a quarter down from where it broke. It broke about a quarter of a mile down there. So I got the truck here and this here, and we're just gonna sit here and get it done. Seems that you always run out of power here right when stuff happens. And guess what I found? Oh God, I got a mess. Oh, I got a lot of messes right now. Life don't like me right now. But oh God, that's gonna have to be cleaned too. Everything's going to crap pretty fast. We may have to sell the truck. But I also found out that the e-brake was on the truck, and I don't know how long that's happened. Chop this off somewhere along here. Chop that off, suck it in there a little bit closer to the frame. Same thing on this one. Chop that off, suck it in there close to the frame, and drill some holes in it. And probably cut some of this off and make some room to get out of here. Would have been really bad if we had the old thing on there, but we'll figure this out. Life's fun. Alright, well, we got it done. It's all fixed. It's back together. Everything's back on. We got bolts holding it in place. I was looking at the photos. It looked like it broke right at a cut line on the old one, and it looked like it had very little. It cut right through the thinnest part. There's no more thin parts other than a couple bolt holes holding it on, which are holding it in shear. One's holding it in tension, and they're both on different 90s. And I left more of the material on there this time. You can see down in there. And it held up fine going down the road. They hauled that 10,000 pound trailer just fine. I think the off-road experience was maybe a little bit more for it. You can see I rounded the corners also. That one might cause issues in the future, but it still should hold up to regular travel down the highway. Like I said, it broke when we were doing off-road stuff on a backcountry road after multiple years of off-road. And it broke when he was doing slow stuff. I've been regularly looking in there and checking them out regularly, and I will keep regularly checking them. Oh, I need to put some fingernail polish on it so I can see it. We lost the bottom bar going across. That broke off too. There wasn't much holding it there. Like I said, we'll swing by a welder and have them welded on too. I'm just run a bead all the way around, but it should be good enough to get us down the road. All right, keys are in. We're hooked up. We got the bolts marked, so if they start to come loose, we'll be able to tell right away just by a visual check. We got everything hooked up. Everything's tightened down. Everything is secure. One of the big bolts can handle all the weight itself, so that should be good. Never thought that that would happen, but that was rough. And we'll analyze the photos of the old one here, maybe. But we're gonna get to the entrance of this thing and at least get to paved roads. We're gonna drive a little safer and cautious here. You still have a little thing, and I think that lack of engine power, the engine problems, probably why I was driving a little more aggressive than normal, which probably helped cause the issue. We got the camera on. We got all the cameras running. I need to replace that with the Anki. These do so much better than that. Those are so much cleaner. Anyhow, we're gonna go. We got everything hooked up. Oh yes, nice and peppy. And we're gonna move carefully. We're idling through it. That's good. It's hot here and I keep sweating a ton. I'm going to try to drive slower and more controlled and not go so fast, because I was going a little fast through that and I don't want to break it again. No vehicles. Good thing we moved to the other side. The other side says okay. It's supposed to be a wash. I don't want to be here for the rain. It's calling for 50% chance. I definitely don't want a strobing effect. I really need to change that thing out. That camera's going to pop. Anyhow, I guess we'll stop at the entrance and check everything out. We'll slowly do 55 the way there and just drive slow and cautious till we know it's going to work, which it should. There's nothing that shouldn't. It doesn't have any holes in it like the last one did. It has a lot more material. It also doesn't hang out as far, and what I was thinking was happening was when we went up on the back with a little guster, it popped the back up and then tried to pull the front of the truck up a little. So, and that might have been what it was that got it. I'm not really. That's weird. We're gonna pop a little bit on this and slow down. See, it sounds like there's a missing or something. We're just gonna crawl. We're gonna keep it slow and safe. It feels way better than here. God, this crappy roads in general. This bad roads, horrible roads, angles and everything. Ooh, I need to roll down a window, I think. Yeah, slow and cautious. The plan B was to load the bicycle in the back of the truck and drive out to the entrance and then ride the bicycle back 6 miles to the ambulance and get the ambulance. So anyhow, I'll put you on time lapse now. As I'm getting out, I'm 6 miles away from the entrance, or the back entrance. I have driven all the way around at this point. I will not do it again. Neither do I recommend you. Use my experience for your unpleasant experience. Oh, that was not fun. None of it was fun. It's fixed. There's no mess. There's nothing like that. It's just fixed. I fortunately had some tarp in the back where I didn't have to engage with the road at all or any of the area that I was at, and so we just got it done and got out of there. Yeah. I was kind of burnt out. I wanted to spend more time in the area. I didn't have much time to spend in the area, and I didn't want to be broken down with no money yet again. I want my vehicles working right, and that's part of the reason we're going up to work. So, as we did actually do a little work there, we did practice the age-old tradition of leave no trace, and cleaned up and got it done to the best of our abilities without infringing on anyone else's joy while I was there. As I said, our backup plan was to
drive the truck up there with the bike in the back, park the truck, and then ride back on the bicycle and pick up the ambulance and ride the ambulance up there and get out of there if we had to. However, it did just repair just right. We did have enough leftover material on the bumper to slide in far enough to fix it right and get out of there. And so far to this day, it is still holding up very nicely. I'm very conscious of the public lands that I'm on when I'm on them, and make every effort possible to make sure it's enjoyable for everyone after I'm there, as a responsible person should. So hopefully when you all get there, it's still enjoyable and nice. As you see, we passed a bunch of bicyclists on the way out, and they ended up meeting up with us when we finally got out to the entrance. Speaking of the entrance, if you get over here, there is a wonderful overlook of the valley. You can actually see Monument Valley, you can see Mexican Hat, and you can see Valley of the Gods all from this spot. It's really hard to see on the horizon, but it is there. Well, we made it out. That was horrible. I'll remember that next time I'm going in there. The truck actually rides better than it has in a long time, which makes me think that was loose for a long time and causing issues. I don't know if you can see it here. I don't know if there's a zoom on this or not, but maybe I'll drop in a note to myself, photos in there of this. On the horizon here, that's the speed limit sign, but over here that you can't see in this. And yeah, I should be putting this up in 4K so you guys can see better, or gals can see better, but my free deal of DaVinci Resolve only does 7K and 1080p. So if someone wants to buy me a subscription to that, or buy me that program, or I start making enough money to pay for it, we'll have 4K then. But till then, we don't have 4K. Ooh, they're going up the hill. I think I passed them earlier. I have no interest in that hill. My rig doesn't have the power like it used to or should. I don't know what's going on, and that one click, 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 click noise is driving me nuts. I'm going to see if I loosened up and tightened up a bolt, and if that loose bolt was the source of it. And maybe we'll be lucky we don't have to buy a bunch more parts. Or the worst thing is be a injector that's leaking or has a crack in it or something like that. But anyhow. And I was looking for Mexican Hat because we come out right by it, but I think it's below the horizon line right here. I think we'll go down in elevation all the way there. I want to stay, but if it's going to rain anyhow, there's not going to be a reason to stay and watch the stars. It's one of the few places that I've been that I could see the afterglow of the Milky Way and actually see it with the naked eye, and that is so rare to see it. But I did promise myself that if I got out of there and this fixed, we'd beeline it to our job so we can have some income so we can actually afford to fix stuff or buy a bus, whatever we end up doing. So that's what we're probably going to do. Plus I'm out of water. I ran out of water last night and I had to pull the fuse. I actually need to put a switch on the water pump so I can kill it whenever I run out. Well, actually I need to make it automatic anyhow. But, you know, future, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's hope that squeaky noise is that loose bolt again. That is a road going uphill. I was trying to get here so I could drive the truck out, but unfortunately, I made a boo-boo. And it's probably happened when I left Osh's. I came back whenever the bumper fell off. I went to move the truck. God, I'm out of way, out of shape. And the e-brake was on, which means it's road. I had to get brakes on it before I can really drive it too much. So that's great. Part of the other reason to get out of there. Now I'm down to towing vehicles with a weight. Wow, this is gorgeous. It really gives you an idea. 6.5 miles down up and down hills and everything else. Not my fun thing. So you got it blocked off. I don't want anyone camping there. Probably won't let me camp where I'm at overnight.
I'm watching those rain clouds come this way. God, that's gorgeous. I'll get some photos with my camera. But a lot of this stuff around here looks like, I mean, it's all about that, but we are in a valley, literally, but you can't tell it until you're down here. We'll climb that valley to get out. Hopefully climb it faster than we did before. So you can see the Monument Valley over there. Still, we're not that far away. It says maybe an hour from driving, but it's 30 minutes, so maybe 40 minutes away. Let's hope we see Mexican Hat, but oh, maybe we do. You can kind of see it right out there. Let's see. Right straight out there. I'm gonna get a little higher and see if I can get a camera and just do a couple shots and drop some camera shots in here. Future self whenever you're editing, because I will forget if I don't drop it in there. Let's go ahead and climb a little more. There's a little path here already. Yeah, there's a water path and I'm going somewhere I shouldn't go. But nope, there's a human footprint there. So let's see. It didn't say no climbing rocks. I need this exercise. I'm so anxious this morning. Some more human footprints. Watching for steaks. Oh yeah, way better. I do think I see Mexican Hat from here. I'll have to get the zoom out. Now, let's see. Someone else is here. Yeah, there's a road going up. Alright. It is Mexican Hat right there. Right there. That's other Black Mesa. Valley of the Gods. Or sorry. Monument Valley. Valley of the Gods. Alright, take a regular photo. We have a destination. We have 26 minutes to an RV park so we can take care of our tanks. The one that offers $10 to dump and do trash and fill up is only $10 as long as there's an empty spot, and if there's not, it's $80, or if I want to stay the night, if there's one spot left, and it's $80 a night. All the two rest of the towns is 80 or 48 and $49. The other one doesn't do trash. Actually, two of them don't do trash, so, which is annoying, but it's not a big deal. So we're gonna get down the road and see if we can get there and see if that noise is gone. Actually, let's see, it started up. Oh, the squeak is gone. It was just the screw. Let's hope that was our problem all along. All right. Let's just get down the road and stop stressing about all the problems that may or may not happen. We know that stuff's fixed now. We went down a horrible road, stuff broke, and we fixed 3 times as many as we didn't. We still have a slight miss, I think, but that might be fixed whenever we do finally end up getting the engine control module, because I still think that's it. And eventually we'll run another key off or engine key on, engine off test and make sure that the air is gone with alternator too. All right.